What's the purpose for time? I found this interesting. First of all, time was given to us to take us out of eternity. Secondly, time was given us to protect us from forever. If you had a pain in your back in eternity, it would be an eternal pain. Thank God for time. Time has a beginning and an end. Time is also given to us to measure existence of life, to define life, to measure the quality of life. Time is given to us to account for our lives and to define the distance between our beginning and our end. Time was given to us to live life in doses. Time was given to us to measure the purpose of our life, why we live. I thank God for time. But time has some limitations, and I want to just quickly go over them. Job chapter 14 says, and this is a verse you probably want to remember if you're still breathing. Verse 5. Let's read it together out loud. Go. Man's days are determined. You have decreed the number of his months and have set limits he cannot exceed. So look away from him and let him alone, Lord, until he has what? Put in his time like a hired man. That's in the Bible. God says, look, when I gave you birth, I hired you to do something, and I got a certain period for you to do it in, and you can't exceed that. Have you noticed that the last couple of weeks or days, a lot of folks been dying suddenly? Do you know why? They ain't supposed to cross over. And some of you are here tonight, and maybe you're supposed to cross over, but you only got 1 month into the next year. You better get saved now. Look at that verse again. God says what? I have set limits that you cannot exceed. Sometimes you wonder why my husband died, my wife died, my child died, and I outlived them. Could it be because it was just the limit? You ain't supposed to be dead yet. Determined. Time is determined. Write this down, please. Very important. Psalm 39, verse 4. Write it down. I want you to say it out loud. Read it. Lord, make me know mine end and the measure of my days, what it is that I may know how frail I am. In other words, I am only here for a breath of time. So let me know what? Let me know mine end. Let me know my destiny. Let me know what I'm supposed to do with my life quickly. I like this one. Psalm 90 verse 12. Read out loud. Go. So teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. In other words, let me know how long and how much I have to do so I can use my days effectively. I like this one. Ecclesiastes 8 verse 6. Read out loud. Go. For there is a proper time and a procedure for every matter under heaven. This is a deep one here. In other words, there's a proper way and time to do everything. Time is so powerful in that man, in the hand of God. Here's something I thought was interesting too. Time is measured in seconds. We saw that a moment ago by that video. And we are amazed sometimes at how fast time can leave us. And we measure time in minutes and hours and days and decades and centuries. But time measures life. Also in yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I like this one. Whatever you've been through in 2013, you can now say it was last year. Isn't that good? Tell your neighbor, I was broke last year. Tell your neighbor, I lost my house last year. Say it. So you all straight to say that one, hey? In other words, whatever happened in the past separates you from the future. That's how good time is. I put it this way. Time measures life in past, present, and future. Tell your neighbor, that's my old girlfriend. Say it. I used to be sick. That was yesterday. Health is on the way. Time separates your past from your present and your future. Make a note of this. Time measures life in seasons: winter, summer, autumn, and spring, because time protects us from living in a permanent condition. You won't be a divorcee all your life. Time will prove that. You won't hurt with grief all your life from the death of your family. Time will deal with that. You won't be sitting around because that man didn't marry you. There's another man on the way with a fantastic life, with plenty more money than the one you was trying to get. Time will sort this out. Give God a big praise right there, some of y'all. Praise the Lord, Sister Claudine. Everybody say, time changes everything. Nothing is permanent in time. Make a note of this one, please, and this is very important. Time is the only commodity on earth given equally to every human being. Time is therefore the only commodity every human possesses. We don't possess the same amount of money. We possess the same amount of time. So the key to life is what you become in life is determined by how you use the time you have, and that's why we use terms like spending time. Time is a currency. Every human has the same amount every day, and time, like currency, must be spent. And here's the problem. Time is used to buy life. So whatever you are, you spend your time buying it. Even if you're broke, you use your time to become broke. If you're fat, oh dear, you use your time eating the wrong thing. You use your time not jogging. You see, time determines everything. If your marriage is under stress, it's because you haven't used your time in your marriage properly. Time is so powerful that whatever you invest your time in, you become. You got one new year about to start. My question is, what you going to do with the next 12 months? And what you're going to buy by December 31st, 2014? What are you going to look like? What are you going to have or not have? There are some people in your life you need to drop in 2014. Why? They ain't help you in 2013. In other words, time gives you time to change relationships. I put it to you, friends, that you can actually treat time just like money. Write this down. You can have time stolen. How many of you sat with people for 2 hours? When you was finished, you wasn't sure what happened? I mean, 2 hours of your life gone, and they talked to you, and you gained nothing. The older I get, the less time I have to just listen to talk. I don't know about you, but you ain't old enough yet. There's a certain period in your life where you realize, I ain't got time for this. People just kind of wander into your life. Let's talk. Talk about what? Write this down. Time can be what? Abused. Time can also be lost. You can lose it, just like money. Time can be squandered, just like money. You can spend an entire day. Have you ever said this? I don't know where the day gone. Yeah, I know it. That's right. Why? You squandered it. It didn't take you closer to your goals, didn't take you closer to your vision, didn't accomplish the things you wanted, and you spent it and squandered it on stuff that didn't count. Time is more important than money. That's why the businessman say time is money. Can I put it another way? Write this down. Time can be depreciated just like money. Time can also be devalued. Every hour is important. My question is, what are you spending it on? You can reduce the value of your life by the things you spend your time with, who you spend your time with, where you spend your time all day. You can devalue your time. Can I suggest this, that time can also be revalued? you can actually increase the value of your time by